For nearly 2,000 years, the Eastern Gate of Jerusalem has stood silent, sealed, forbidden, and untouchable. Legends claim it guards something not meant for human eyes, something that could change the course of history itself. Now, for the first time, AI has begun to pierce the veil of its mystery. But as scientists look closer, what they uncover sends chills through even the most skeptical minds. Something inside that gate was never meant to be found. Origins and identities of the gate. The Golden Gate, also known as the Eastern Gate, stands as one of Jerusalem's most mysterious and sacred structures. Facing the Mount of Olives and overlooking the Kidron Valley, it is unlike any other gate in the Old City. While other gates of Jerusalem welcome countless visitors, this one has remained tightly sealed for centuries, a silent sentinel guarding secrets of faith, prophecy, and time itself. Its stone facade, weathered by ages, still draws believers from all three Abrahamic religions who see in it not just a gate, but a doorway to something divine. What makes the Golden Gate so extraordinary is not just its holiness, but its silence. It is the only one among Jerusalem's 8 great gates that remains completely sealed. Others say the Ottomans sealed it in the 16th century to protect the city from invaders, though deeper religious motives are often whispered in the same breath. Its closure has only added to its mystique, giving rise to centuries of speculation about what lies behind those ancient stones. Archaeologists have long believed the current structure hides something even older beneath it. Beneath the surface of the modern gate lie ruins from earlier times, possibly from the First Temple or even older sacred compounds. The Roman Jewish historian Josephus mentioned an Eastern Gate in his Antiquities of the Jews, describing it as part of the inner court of the temple complex. This clue suggests that the site's holiness stretches back to the earliest days of the Second Temple, and perhaps even beyond. In Jewish tradition, the Golden Gate is at the heart of messianic prophecy. It is believed that when the Messiah comes, he will enter Jerusalem through this very gate. This conviction has survived exile, conquest, and time itself. On Yom Kippur, the Day of Atonement, some ancient customs describe how a scapegoat, symbolically carrying the sins of Israel, was led out through the Eastern Gate and into the wilderness. The direction, always east, held sacred meaning. It faced mercy, judgment, and renewal. The gate was not just an entrance, but a divine axis, the point where heaven might touch earth. For Christians, the Golden Gate carries its own holy significance. Many believe it is the same gate through which Jesus entered Jerusalem on Palm Sunday, riding a donkey, as crowds laid down palm branches and shouted, "Hosanna!" That moment, known as the triumphal entry, fulfilled prophecy and marked the beginning of his final journey toward the crucifixion. In Christian tradition, this event made the Golden Gate a symbol of both salvation and sacrifice. Some also connect it to the beautiful gate mentioned in the book of Acts, where a lame man was healed by Peter and John, linking it again to themes of divine mercy and transformation. Even the name Golden Gate itself is wrapped in layers of linguistic and spiritual evolution. It may have originally been called the Beautiful Gate, derived from the Greek word horeios, meaning beautiful or timely. When the term was translated into Latin, it became aureolus, golden. Through centuries of translation and devotion, the Gate of Beauty became the Golden Gate, reflecting not just its physical form, but its luminous reputation across the faiths. In Islamic tradition, too, this gate is deeply revered. It is known as Bab al-Rahmah, the Gate of Mercy, and is tied to eschatological beliefs about the Day of Judgment. According to the Muslim faith, the righteous will rise and pass through this gate at the time of resurrection, symbolizing the passage from worldly life to eternal peace. Thus, the same structure holds within it the hope of salvation in Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, a shared doorway to divine destiny. Across centuries, artists, mystics, and pilgrims have imagined the Golden Gate as more than stone and mortar. Medieval maps often depicted it as a glowing threshold between heaven and earth, while ancient manuscripts painted it as a radiant entry to paradise. But this beauty has also made it a site of fierce contention. From ancient times to the present day, Jewish, Christian, and Muslim communities have all sought connection, control, or access to it, each seeing in it a key to their faith's most sacred promise. If the gate has been built layer upon layer, what exactly lies beneath today's sealed entrance, and why has it been kept sealed through history? Stay with us to know. Sealed, sacred, and prophetic revelation. Few structures on Earth have been closed, reopened, and sealed again as many times as this gate. Each ruler who touched it seemed to sense that it was more than stone. It was a gate between worlds, a threshold guarded by fate. Historical records reveal a long and complex cycle of sealing and reopening. The gate was first closed by Muslim rulers in 810 AD, a decision likely rooted in both religious reverence and political caution. When the Crusaders took Jerusalem in 1102 AD, they reopened it, claiming divine purpose in doing so. But when Saladin reclaimed the city in 1187, he ordered it sealed once more, restoring its silence. The most famous closure came centuries later, in 1541, when Ottoman Sultan Suleiman the Magnificent rebuilt Jerusalem's walls and commanded the gate to be walled up permanently. His reason remains one of the city's enduring enigmas. Many believe Suleiman's decision was inspired by prophecy. According to Jewish belief, the Messiah will one day enter Jerusalem through the Eastern Gate. For Muslims, the same gate, Bab al-Rahmah, is tied to the Day of Judgment when the righteous will be gathered. By sealing the gate, Suleiman may have hoped to control destiny itself, to stop the arrival of a messianic figure in the end of days. Yet the act of sealing it only deepened its mystery, turning it from an entrance into a prophecy set in stone. To reinforce this closure, a Muslim cemetery was built directly in front of the gate. On the surface, it may have been a practical measure, making it physically harder for anyone to approach or excavate. But the symbolism ran deeper. In Jewish tradition, a priest, or in this case, the Messiah, cannot pass through a cemetery without becoming ritually unclean. This was not just a wall of earth. It was a spiritual barrier meant to hold back divine prophecy. Archaeologists who have studied the site note something striking. Beneath the modern structure, parts of ancient archstones are still visible, revealing that the original entrance lay far below today's ground level. This suggests that over the centuries, new layers of Jerusalem were built atop the old, and that the true gateway may still lie buried below, untouched and unseen since ancient times. Behind the sealed stone, two vaulted halls lead deeper into the hill, containing twin doorways that have not been opened in living memory. In the 2000s, Israeli authorities restricted interior access to preserve the gate's structure and protect antiquities beneath it. Yet even this did not stop the pull of faith. In 2019, Muslim worshippers were allowed limited access to the inner chambers once more, not through the gate itself, but through hidden entrances within the Temple Mount complex. These chambers, shadowed and echoing with centuries of prayer, remain the closest anyone can come to the mystery of the Golden Gate. Now the question is, what secrets do those sealed vaults and buried arches hold? And could modern methods like AI imaging finally peer behind those ancient walls to reveal what has been hidden for millennia? Archaeological mysteries surrounding Jerusalem's gates. Jerusalem is a city of layers, a living museum where every stone tells a story, and its gates are among the most fascinating witnesses to its tumultuous history. Beyond the famous Golden Gate, the city's other gates reveal a rich tapestry of conquest, devotion, and mystery. Archaeologists have long been captivated by these entrances, uncovering secrets that illuminate the city's past while leaving some questions unanswered, keeping Jerusalem shrouded in intrigue. Warren's Gate is one of the most mysterious entrances to the temple platform. Situated deep inside the Western Wall tunnel, it was first explored by the 19th century British surveyor Charles Warren. Beneath the surface, this gate leads to a vaulted tunnel and staircase that connected to the Temple Mount during the Second Temple period. After the Rashidun Caliphate captured Jerusalem, Jews were allowed to pray inside, transforming the tunnel into a synagogue. This sacred space, however, was destroyed during the First Crusade, and the tunnel was converted into a water cistern known as Cistern 30. The area remains an archaeological treasure, providing a rare glimpse into the daily and spiritual lives of ancient Jerusalemites. Barclay's Gate, discovered by James Turner Barclay in 1848, also reveals fascinating layers of history. Located near today's Mugrabin Gate, parts of its lintel remain visible, while the corridor it once led into has been filled in and repurposed as a cistern. This ancient gateway reminds us how urban development over centuries can bury history, leaving fragments to tease archaeologists about the past. Barclay's meticulous surveys allowed scholars to trace Jerusalem's ancient architecture and better understand the Temple Mount's layout during Roman times. The Acra fortress adds another chapter to Jerusalem's archaeological enigmas. Built by the Seleucid king Antiochus IV Epiphanes, the fortress was long thought lost to history. In 2015, archaeologists uncovered its ruins beneath a modern parking lot, revealing a fortified stronghold strategically placed to control access to the Temple Mount. This discovery confirmed historical accounts from Josephus and the Maccabees, while providing physical evidence of how ancient rulers sought to dominate and defend the city. Even older is the Solomonic Gate, believed to date back to the 10th century BCE during King Solomon's reign. Archaeologists uncovered its massive foundations in the city of David, revealing a monumental entrance that reflected Jerusalem's wealth and importance. The gate's scale and sophistication highlight the city's significance as a political and religious center, even in the earliest periods of Israelite history. Other gates, like Zion Gate and Herod's Gate, tell stories of more recent centuries. Zion Gate, constructed by the Ottomans, leads to Mount Zion and has bullet scars from the 1948 Arab-Israeli War. Herod's Gate, also from the Ottoman period, stands in the northern part of the Old City, notable for its pointed arch and intricate carvings. Both gates exemplify how the city's entrances have been battlegrounds, markers of control, and symbols of faith across generations. Archaeologists who explore these mysteries navigate not just stone and mortar, but centuries of culture, religion, and political struggle. Every discovery raises more questions. What lay beneath earlier constructions? What rituals took place in now hidden chambers? And how much of the city's past remains buried? Jerusalem's gates are more than physical openings in ancient walls. They are portals into history, mystery, and belief. With every excavation and survey, we inch closer to understanding their stories, yet the city continues to guard its secrets. Who knows what hidden chambers, forgotten stairways, or lost artifacts remain beneath these ancient thresholds, waiting for the next generation of explorers to reveal them. The Gate's Mystery Tomorrow. The Hebrew Bible, particularly the Book of Ezekiel, speaks of an east-facing gate that is shut, and that only a prince may enter through it. Many scholars link this passage to the Eastern Gate, suggesting that its closure is not merely structural, but deeply symbolic. For Christians, the gate is also tied to Zechariah's prophecy, where a humble king comes riding on a donkey. Many believe Jesus fulfilled this prophecy when he entered Jerusalem, cementing the gate as a bridge between the sacred and the earthly, a threshold that connects divine purpose with human history. Today, the gate is under the administration of the Waqf, the Islamic religious authority, while Israeli authorities occasionally limit access due to security and archaeological concerns. It is also part of Jerusalem's UNESCO World Heritage Old City, making every decision about preservation and excavation subject to meticulous scrutiny. The stones themselves bear the marks of weathering, structural strain, and the pressures of urban life, and any attempt to study or restore the gate must carefully balance public access with protection of its delicate archaeological integrity. The ceiling of the gate, the cemetery placed before it, and restricted access reflect centuries of deliberate control, blending religious belief and practical strategy. In Jewish tradition, closing the gate is seen as a way to delay the arrival of the Messiah. Politically and historically, controlling who may pass through the gate has symbolized authority and influence over the city. These layers of meaning have turned the Eastern Gate into more than just a structure. It is a monument where prophecy, faith, and power converge. Modern technology is now offering new ways to explore what lies behind the sealed stones. Archaeologists are increasingly using non-invasive tools to examine hidden structures without disturbing the fragile site. These methods allow researchers to peer beneath centuries of stone and soil, potentially revealing chambers, passageways, or features that have remained untouched for millennia. This blending of advanced technology and careful historical study is opening doors to discoveries that once seemed impossible. What if AI could combine prophecy, archaeology, and cosmic imaging to finally unlock the gate's secrets, revealing something beyond the wildest human imagination? Decoding the gate's true secret with AI. Building on centuries of prophecy, mystery, and hidden chambers, modern technology may finally bring the Eastern Gate's secrets into view. The latest research in Jerusalem shows how artificial intelligence, combined with advanced imaging techniques, can transform speculation into scientific insight. Archaeologists have increasingly relied on muon imaging, a method that detects underground cavities by tracking cosmic particles. Applied at sites like the City of David, muon tomography allows researchers to reconstruct hidden spaces without digging, preserving delicate archaeological layers. This non-invasive approach has revealed structures that were previously invisible, giving new life to questions about what lies beneath the gate. In 2025, researchers demonstrated one of the earliest successful mappings of underground anomalies in Jerusalem using muon tomography. These findings are not just theoretical. Tel Aviv University teams are now integrating LiDAR, muon detection, and computational imaging to align underground scans with surface maps, producing detailed models of tunnels, chambers, and architectural features hidden beneath centuries of stone and earth. Such precision allows archaeologists to see what has been deliberately sealed or buried, offering clues to the gate's original design, function, and symbolic intent. Media reports and academic presentations suggest that even the Temple Mount itself has been scanned using AI-assisted imaging. Video demonstrations hint at previously unknown chambers and passageways, raising the possibility that these spaces may contain inscriptions, ritual objects, or architectural secrets left untouched for millennia. While the exact contents remain speculative, the convergence of AI, archaeology, and ancient prophecy creates a credible framework for imagining what might be found. Every hidden chamber, every unexcavated vault could tell stories that reshape our understanding of Jerusalem's spiritual and historical landscape. The gate's hidden layers may also contain messages encoded for a specific audience, whether human, spiritual, or symbolic. For centuries, religious traditions have hinted at thresholds that are not meant to be open until the appointed time. AI and computational modeling now provide a way to read these structures without disturbing them, potentially revealing inscriptions or alignments that carry meaning across faiths and generations. This approach offers a remarkable intersection of ancient mystery and modern science, where prophecy meets algorithmic analysis. Even with advanced technology, the Eastern Gate continues to evoke awe and suspense. Its sealed stones, hidden vaults, and buried passages are not just relics of the past, but enigmas that challenge our imagination and our understanding of history. Each new scan, each AI reconstruction adds a piece to the puzzle, but also raises new questions about why these spaces were hidden and what purpose they were intended to serve. If beneath the sealed gate lie messages or chambers locked for millennia, to whom or what were they addressed? And what happens when they are finally activated? Consequences, fear, and the new reality. Flowing from the revelations uncovered by AI and advanced imaging, the Eastern Gate's mystery enters a new realm, one where consequences, fear, and the potential for a transformed reality collide. For centuries, the gate has stood sealed, its heavy stones a barrier to prophecy, ritual, and speculation. Recent reports in the media and on social platforms hint at unusual activity around the gate, including claims that it has shifted or moved. While these reports are unverified, they fuel centuries-old beliefs that the gate is not merely architectural, but deeply tied to divine timing and cosmic events. Among prophecy-focused communities, the opening or movement of the gate is interpreted as a potential harbinger of the end times. Religious commentators cite biblical texts, centuries-old traditions, and modern sightings to suggest that such events could signal the arrival of a figure long awaited in Jewish, Christian, and Islamic thought. These interpretations, though speculative, have powerful effects. Communities are stirred, pilgrimages intensify, and debates erupt over the significance of what is unfolding before human eyes. the stakes extend far beyond faith and prophecy. Jerusalem has always been a city of competing claims, and the Temple Mount remains one of the most contested religious sites in the world. Any perceived shift or opening of the gate could have immediate political repercussions. Sovereignty disputes, religious tensions, and questions of access could escalate rapidly, turning centuries of latent friction into active conflict. Historical patterns show that control over holy sites is never just symbolic. It directly shapes regional politics and international diplomacy. At the same time, the gate's potential secrets, hidden chambers, inscriptions, or ancient artifacts pose their own mysteries. If AI and imaging technology reveal a previously inaccessible vault, what could lie inside, and to whom was it meant to communicate? Could these revelations challenge established histories, beliefs, or even global narratives about Jerusalem's sacred past? The convergence of prophecy, archaeology, and technology creates a scenario in which the ancient and modern collide, and the consequences may be unpredictable. The fear and awe surrounding the gate reflect its power as both a spiritual and cultural symbol. For millennia, it has represented thresholds between past and future, between human expectation and divine intent, between secrecy and revelation. Now, with science and prophecy intersecting, humanity faces the tantalizing and terrifying possibility that the gate may finally fulfill the centuries-old anticipation surrounding it. Is this truly the last day, or merely a prelude? And who or what will now step through the gate when the stones finally yield their secrets? Share your thoughts in the comments.